Hey everyone, it's chest day part 2, and we're going to be adding some additional details today. Like this piece, and that piece, and this piece. Roll the intro. Update on the chest piece. The foam clay is covering the buckles and straps on the front as well as on the back. And then I've also drawn in some quick lines just as points of references of where we're going to be putting in some spikes today. Just going to be gluing them on with some hot glue. And then we're also going to be putting on in just miscellaneous areas, no particular spots really, some essentially half-cut moon pieces that we cut with some 3mm foam, scrap 3mm foam that we had hanging around. And we're just going to be putting these in random parts on the chest today. And then we're also going to be using the foam clay to cover up the bases of the spikes so that they look like they blend into the chest piece. Alright, so while the glue is finishing drying on the spikes that we have on the back and on the front here, before we apply the foam clay, I'm going to go ahead and cut out just a couple more of those little half crescent, half moon kind of pieces. I'm going to go ahead and hang on to these pieces. With the previous work that I did to get the rest of those, ended up with some of these, and I kind of like those jagged sort of edges that they have. And there's no particular shape, rhyme, or reason to them. So I may use these at some point on the build, but I think for right now we'll just keep them, just in case, off to the side. And this part's going to be a little tricky, because we're going to start gluing these little half moon pieces to the armor. And they're obviously very tiny, so what we're going to be doing is using our tweezers to actually hold them and place them on the armor, and then we'll hot glue them. So we went ahead and attached the spikes, and we also added in some additional detail with those 3mm craft foam pieces that we cut out. Did the same thing on the back here. I left this space open because I'm probably going to add some kind of oxygen canister, something to that effect, on there. So that'll take up the majority of the back piece, and I didn't want to add any more detail because then it would just be a little overcrowded. So now we're going to go ahead and use the foam clay to start putting in those bases around the spikes. And there we have it. We'll let these pieces dry overnight, and I have a feeling we're going to be doing a decent amount of sanding as we go through the rest of the project on the chest piece and the other pieces for the build, just to make sure we're getting in some good extra details and getting rid of some of those small eyesores that'll make it blend better all together. Thanks for watching the video, everyone. The chest piece is far from being finished, but we made a lot of headway on it, and I have some pretty good ideas for what we're going to be doing on the rest of it in the future. Also, the channel is going through a lot of different experimental phases. As you can see, the lighting's a little bit better now. I rearranged some things, so I think it's going to look a little bit better here in the future, but bear with me because this whole thing is an experiment. Thanks for watching. I'll see you in the next video, if you keep watching. Alright, see ya!